Hi everybody. Hope everybody had a chance to come down and pick up a tooth and toothbrush craft along with a toothbrush that were compliments of Broadway Dental here in Yorkton. It was very nice of them to donate. We are running very short now. I think we're down to 2 left, if even that, by the time you see this video. Hopefully you got in last week. We gave away 60 of them, so that was very nice of them to donate 60 toothbrushes. If you did miss out on that, we still have this going on. And this is our spring coloring sheet. And you may have seen this in the marketplace with a bunch of other Easter coloring sheets. They are saying the draw ends on the 11th, but we're actually going to extend ours to the 25th. So you still have quite a bit of time to color it. If you didn't get one out of the paper, stop in the library and pick one up. They're right at the front. And when you're finished, bring it in. We want to hang them up and have everybody admire your beautiful coloring. All right. And also I have a little bit of news. So we are going to be starting in-person story time. I am very excited. Hopefully a lot of you are excited to join us and we'll start getting back to normal here. We have tried to do that in the past and we didn't have much interest. So hopefully people are a little bit more open to that now. That will be starting on May the 12th. So it will run Thursdays for 6 weeks. Normally we do a little bit longer session, but we're just going to start with the 6 weeks to start and test it out and see how it goes. And then we will have another one in the summer if it goes well. So please pre-register. It's very, very important to pre-register because we are going to have limited seats. And you can do that just by calling us, or I will be putting a post on our Facebook as well that should have a link there that you can register. So don't forget to do that. Next week we will do a Easter story time, and that will be my last virtual story time, at least for a while, until we know whether our in-person story time goes or not. I'm going to take a few weeks off. I'm away for a week or two in between there, and I need to have some prep time to get ready to see you all here, which I'm very excited. So that is for ages 3 and up. If you have some homeschooling children and they're still interested in listening to stories, 5, 6, that's fine. Come join us. We're open to anybody. We really just miss you all. So come on down to the library. I'm very excited to see you all. All right, now spring is in the air, isn't it? Snow is starting to melt. The weather is getting warmer. We even had some rain. Could see a little bit more sunshine. That would be nice, but one of my first signs of spring that I always know spring is coming is when I see the geese come back. Have any of you seen any geese or heard them honking overhead? They go honk, honk, honk when they fly. Well, I saw quite a few geese, and that means spring is here. It's coming, it's on the way, because the geese don't come back if it's going to be really, really cold. So I am going to read some stories about geese or goose. Gooses. Gooses isn't the right word. When there's 2 geese, more than 2, it's geese. If there's only 1, it's a goose. So this one is called Mother Bruce, but it's slashed out, Goose. So this one is about some baby geese thinking that Bruce was their mother. All right, let's see. Bruce was a bear who lived all by himself. He was a grump. Kind of looks like a grump, doesn't he? He did not like sunny days. He did not like the rain. And he did not like cute little animals. Not even a little bunny. Bruce only liked one thing: eggs. He collected them from all over the forest. Good morning, Mrs. Sparrow. There he is. He's taking her eggs. I don't think Mrs. Sparrow would give her the eggs, would he? Would she? I think he's taking them. Look at all the feathers flying. Goodness, poor Mrs. Sparrow. But Bruce didn't eat raw eggs like other bears. Instead, he cooked them into fancy recipes that he found on the internet. One day, Bruce came across a recipe for hard-boiled goose eggs drizzled with honey salmon sauce. First, he caught a few salmon. Then he collected honey from a local beehive. Last, he went to Mrs. Goose's nest to pay her a visit. Are these eggs free-range organic? Looked like he was just stealing them, didn't it? At home, Bruce prepared the eggs for hard boiling. But the fire in his stove fizzled, so he went out to get more wood. When Bruce came back, he was met with an unwelcome surprise. Uh-oh, do you see what happened? The eggs cracked and then babies hatched before he had time to eat them. Mama! Bruce became the victim of mistaken identity. They see him and they think that's Mama, but he stole them from their Mama, didn't he? Bruce wanted hard-boiled eggs, not goslings. He supposed he could settle for buttered goslings on toast, but for some reason he lost his appetite. I don't think I could eat that. No way. Bruce scooped up the little geese and stomped back to their nest. I will have to ask Mrs. Goose about her return policy. Only to find Mrs. Goose had flown south early. Be back in April. So this book must be written for the fall time, because they go away in the fall. But they're coming back in April, and it's April now. Bruce left the goslings there anyway and went back home. He just dumped them. Not for long. Mama, Mama. But he was followed. Bruce was very stern and said things like, go away, and I'm not your mother, and also, I liked you better when you were eggs. It's not being very nice. They just think he's their mom, because that's who they saw first. Roar! Bruce could take it no longer, and he became extra grumpy with them. Roar! Uh-oh. Now they look sad, don't they? Mother Bruce growled at them. It didn't work. Goslings always follow their mother, even if she is a he and he is a bear. Mama! Look, he's trying to run away. He even climbed the tree. And they climbed the tree. Henry is stomping off. Bruce was stuck with them. He tried to make the best of it. Look, he's even going to go into the pool with them. It was hard work. They're making a mess, just like little kids, eh? Blah, phew, ewy, yuck. He's trying to feed them. Now they're all napping. Zzz. Annoying baby geese. As the seasons passed, Bruce watched the pesky goslings grow older. So there they are, annoying baby geese, stubborn teenage geese. Look at that, he's even listening to music in some headphones. And boring adult geese. They grow up fast, don't they? Then one fall afternoon, he saw other goose families flying south. See them all? Sometimes you see, if you look up, there's not usually just one goose. There's a lot of geese together. Finally, he'd be rid of those geese, and he could take a long winter nap. Bruce explained migration. But they didn't listen. Do you know what migration is? Migration is what their mother did. In the fall, they migrate, so they fly south where it's nice and warm, and they stay there for the winter. And then they come back here in the spring, just like now. But they didn't listen. Look at them. They're ready for winter. They got their snow caps on. Bruce needed the geese to leave, so he got creative. Oh my, look at, he's trying to boomerang them out with the other geese. Nothing worked. The geese would not leave Bruce. Why doesn't he just realize the geese love him? But he's just grumpy about it. So Bruce decided to pack some bags and take his geese into town. They boarded a bus. and migrated to Miami. Look at that. So they went somewhere warm too. But because the bear couldn't fly, they took a bus. Now every winter, Bruce and his geese head south together. They laze about at the beach in tacky shirts, sipping ice-cold lemonade, while Bruce dreams of new recipes that don't hatch. Oh, maybe he did finally decide he loves his little geese. Look at that. They look like they're having a great time on the beach. Uh-oh. Now here's one of the baby geese that grew up, and here along comes a turtle that just hatched. And the turtle's saying, Mama. Because that's who he saw first, just like the little geese did with Mother Bruce. All right. I like Mother Bruce, and there's a few in this series. They're all very funny books. Okay, so we're going to sing a little song that we've sang before. This one's about ducks, but I couldn't find a song about geese, so we're singing about ducks a little bit. We quack at the end. Okay. Put your hands up high, put your hands down low. Put your hands in the middle and wiggle just so. Put your elbows to the front, put your elbows to the back. Put your elbows to the side and quack, quack, quack. Okay, do you think you can do that with me now? Now that we've done it once, are you ready? Put your hands up high, put your hands down low. Put your hands in the middle and wiggle just so. Put your elbows to the front, put your elbows to the back. Put your elbows to the side and quack, quack, quack. How about we try it a little faster? Should we try really fast? Put your hands up high, put your hands down low. Put your hands in the middle and wiggle just so. Put your elbows to the front, put your elbows to the back. Put your elbows to the side and quack, quack, quack. Did y'all quack with me? I hope so. All right, here's our last Goosey book. Silly Suzy Goose. One day, Suzy Goose looked around. She was just like everybody else. I wish I could be different, she thought. If I were a bat, I could hang upside and flap my wings. Look at that. She's hanging upside down with the bats. If I were a toucan, I could make a loud squawk. If I were a penguin, I could slip and slide. I don't think she'd like that too much because they don't like the cold. Oh. If I were a giraffe, I could stretch up high. Look at it, the little goose down below. That's a big giraffe, isn't it? If I were an elephant, I could splish and splash. If I were a kangaroo, I could jump, jump, jump. And if I were an ostrich, I could run really fast. If I were a seal, I could swim under the water. And if I were a lion, I could roar and roar and roar, honk, says Suzy. Because geese say honk and lions say roar, but the lion didn't notice, so Suzy Goose tried again. How silly of her. Roar, honk. Uh-oh, Lion opened his eye. She really want to mess with Lion? Uh-oh. This time the lion did notice and he didn't like it at all. Uh-oh, she better go fast. Suzy Goose yelled and stretched and swam and jumped and splashed and slid and flapped and ran all the way back to the other geese. Look at her yelling. Just in time. Oh, here came the lion. There's a lot of geese, isn't there? Maybe he doesn't want to attack just the one little goose with all of them around. Perhaps it is better to be just like everyone else, thought Suzy. but not always. Roar, honk. Roar, honk. She's still doing her roaring and her honking at the same time. Well, I hope you enjoyed our Goose stories. Don't forget to come down to the library and pick up a coloring sheet. And also don't forget to tell Mom and Dad to register for in-person story time. Okay, thanks everyone. See you again. Bye-bye.